Miami Beach is a very unique place. Miami Beach is leading edge, world-class city.
You have an urban experience overlaid with history, overlaid with the beach. This is a vital city. This is one of the great cities of the country. The convention center site is really a total aberration in the urban fabric of the city. When you look at the aerial photograph, it just doesn't live up to the standards of Miami. The site was engineered to unload trucks.
It actually has doubled its size by the inefficiency.
All around the convention center are a series of wide streets, a sea of asphalt that really disconnects Miami Beach from the convention center itself.
By listening to the community, by really becoming the custodians of the site. We have a great picture of what this convention center is going to be. We have a great picture and a great understanding of what Miami Beach is going to be in the future. Our company, Tishman, has relevant experience like the completion of the World Trade Center site, the Westin Hotel, and the Intercontinental Hotel in Times Square, the Sheraton Chicago Hotel, and the building of the Jacob Javits Center. Over the last 30 years, Tishman has developed, advised, and built more than 500 million square feet of diverse real estate. We learned over 115 years for a huge complex project as this one. You had to put the best of the best together.
We have to have a solution for it. I think we should do this.
Our architect, OMA, with Rem Koolhaas and his team, they've changed the landscape and enhanced the landscape of great cities. OMA's buildings and master plans around the world are incredibly smart, and they create new possibilities for everyday use. Knowing that the central theme of this project was the convention center, we turned to TVS, the leading expert on convention center design. They've designed more major convention centers than all of the other firms in the United States combined. Right off the bat, we understood that green space, community experience, was going to be a big part of this project. MVVA and Raymond Jungles. They've delivered some of the most game-changing public amenity space in the country, including the Brooklyn Bridge Park in New York. The success of this project is also entirely dependent on a local partner.
This is the botanical garden.
And Robert Winnett and his firm of UIA bring that. He understands what the community wants. These guys have the track record and they know how to get it done. It's not the distance, it's the experience.
Yeah, there's nothing to walk.
I think
we have to have a solution.
What we're trying to do now is to establish a center of the city. We have to run the city to the convention center to create that condition of a genuine interface.
We had to renovate and rethink, reinvent the convention center, as well as the whole notion of the city center.
We had a vision what this master plan, what this 52 acres was going to be all about. And that's the concept of minimizing the footprint of the convention center. We decided all you had to do is you had to rotate the convention halls 90 degrees.
By consolidating loading to the north and concourse to the south, we improve the overall operational efficiency of the convention center and compact its footprint without actually reducing the overall square footage of the center. An important part of the convention center program is the 800-room convention center hotel. If we put it next to the convention center, we're going to eat up even more space from the city. So what did we do? We put it on top of the convention center.
It was to allow the convention center to become a much smaller footprint.
Integrating that hotel with the convention center is really one of the big things that allows it to operate in a Class A facility competitive with most of the other convention centers around the country.
So we turned the convention center 90 degrees and we removed the loading from the south. We put all the loading to the north at grade. Then we realized we had to have parking, so we built a parking structure to the north on top of that loading.
We've covered a parking lot and made a recreational landscape with fantastic views, having it become a whole new park there.
It's our intention to wave our wand and make 44 truck loading docks and 1,000 cars disappear.
To the west, the Holocaust Memorial and Botanical Gardens
These are part of the history and fabric of Miami Beach that people embrace and enjoy.
But both of them are currently isolated by the convention center itself. We want to really amplify their presence within the city by extending the green area that they represent south into the existing parking lot.
A whole series of linked diverse garden experiences that are inspired by the buildings that are there and the new ones that we want to make.
One of the most incredibly exciting aspects of this project to me is what we call our Hall C, which will be one of the most unique convention center halls in the country. Imagine massive doors that open up and bring the incredible landscape from outside the convention center in and bring the amazing programming that's inside the convention center out.
That seamless connection of the indoor and outdoor really makes a new way to experience conventions in Miami Beach.
For me, one of the strongest elements here is the south all the way to Lincoln Road. We have City Hall, Jackie Gleason Theater. Each building has a place in its history, and all of these components are really there. And our job is to reimagine how they sit in the future.
South of the convention center, we focused on revitalizing and reusing the city's existing assets. Take the Jackie Gleason. That's a great old building that's part of Miami Beach's deep history. We're going to reimagine that as a new two-sided stage, as a new cultural function within the city.
By doing this, we find ways to activate the existing assets, like creating a great park around City Hall. By honoring our neighbors across the road in Soundscape Park, we're adding a world-class cultural building to be an anchor for bringing people to the site.
That zone will be a new civic heart for Miami Beach. We've located the new convention center entry and concourse to the south to activate the area south of the convention center with all the activities that will spill out from it, leading down to Lincoln Road. We want to make 17th Street something that it's easy for pedestrians to cross and engage with. We've placed a series of green, vegetated medians along the course of 17th Street.
It's not just one, but several moments or connections that will bring us south across 17th and down and through to Lincoln Road. In a sense, we've bridged the divide.
In terms of the master planning, I think we've done a marvelous job. But the rubber really meets the road in execution.
The goal is to create a true urban center with diverse sets of program and connectivity to the existing fabric of Miami Beach.
In architecture, only very few things can be exceptional. An essential role of an architect is to exceed expectations.
It's really not about this massive architecture. It's really about, in the end, do the local people and our community feel connected to this place?
It's not just about the 52 acres. It's also about creating a new connection across the entire city and about creating the Miami Beach of the future. Our job is not to create a destination. Miami Beach is the destination. Projects are not about pretty pictures. They're not about just telling a story. This is all about how you get to a completed convention center on time and on budget.
To be able to think about 52 acres, transform them, make them better in ways that we know will be wonderful, there are not that many opportunities to do something like this.
It's important for the city of Miami Beach to get this right.